Hello friends, welcome to my channel. My name is Amrit Purandare. In this tutorial, we are going to learn about the need of the testing frameworks, and even before that, we have to learn few basic things. So let's get started with the agenda. We will first see what is meant by a test case, how to create a test case, what are the steps to create a test case, and in the end, we will learn why testing frameworks are required. So let's get started and understand what is meant by a test case. In every software or in every project, there are n number of functions or methods available wherein we define our logics. A test case is nothing but we provide different inputs to those defined functions and we expect some output. And a test case is said to be passed when the output from the code exactly matches the expected output, else it will be termed as a failure. Enough of the theory, let's go into the code and understand a test case from the coding perspective. In the last tutorial, we have seen the calculator class wherein there are four methods already present for the mathematical operation. From this tutorial perspective, let's just focus on the addition method which accept two parameters and return the sum. So in order to create a test case for this addition method, what I have to do, I have to create an object of a class. I have to consider two inputs like 2 and 3. I will pass it to the addition method and I will expect that it's an addition thing, so I will expect that it will give me the 5 as expected outputs. And then once this is executed, I will verify the result that is actual and expected should be equal, else that test case is a failure. If those are equal, the test case is passed. So that is how we create a test case. We verify the expected and actual things against each other in order to get the result. That is what the test case means. I hope you guys are clear now what is meant by a test case. So now there are certain steps that we follow in order to create a test case. So let's understand them. What are the steps to or the requirement to create a test case? First, we have to prepare for a test case. In preparation, what we do, we decide some inputs to be passed to some method. We also have to create an object of a class whose logic needs to be tested or whose method needs to be called. Then we pass those decided inputs to some method of a class. We run it, we provide the expected output, and then we verify the result in step 3 with the result with the expected output in the step 4. And if that test case fails, we provide some alert to the developer like, hey developer, this test case is failing. We expected this, but actual result is this. So go ahead and check. So these are the few steps, and that's what we did in our code as well, wherein we first prepared for the test case wherein we created a calculator object. I decided that I will pass 2 and 3 as the inputs to my addition method. I passed those parameters and I will get the actual result once this addition method is called. I provided the expected output to be 5 and I'm verifying the result. And once this verification fails, I'm telling developer that, hey developer, your test case is getting failed. Please look. So this is how we create a test case, and these are the 6 steps in our wherein we create a test cases. So now question arises, if we can create a test cases manually, then why we need a testing frameworks, right? Because if we just see that we can create a test case manually, then why we need a testing frameworks? In order to create a test case, we have to follow these 6 steps, right? Wherein if you closely look, the highlighted steps, that is running the test case, verifying the result, and providing some alert to a developer, these will be repeated in every test cases. So best coding practice says if something is repeating, provide some automation over it. And that's where the testing frameworks comes into the rescue. In every testing frameworks, whether it is JUnit, NUnit, unit test in Python, in every way, in all the available testing frameworks, all these highlighted things, these are inbuilt facility. So we don't need to do this manually, right? And best coding practice says if something is readily available, go ahead and use it without wasting a time. So that's where this testing framework helps us. All the testing frameworks has the facility to run, verify, and provide some alerts if test case is failure. The remaining three steps, preparation, providing inputs, providing output, these will be the manual process wherein a testing framework don't know what are the inputs that you are going to give, what is the class you are going to test. So you have to just create them manually, but to run it, to verify the result and provide the alert to the developer, you can use the testing frameworks. And not only this, the testing frameworks provides us the wide range of verification capabilities, and we will see it in the upcoming tutorials. In the upcoming tutorial, we are going to get started with the JUnit. We will learn basics of JUnit, assertions and everything. That's it for this tutorial. Thank you very much. If you guys have learned something new, please press the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.